Hey guys, William Murfitt here. Welcome to another video and welcome back to the channel. So today the weather is miserable and I am in the garage trying to now fix my Clio. Right, that's better, got some lights on. So the last video we fixed the Vauxhall Insignia. I've also done a video showing, I'm going to say, some of the faults on the Clio. Since making that video, things have got progressively worse, and I've had to buy more parts for the car. So I have, in my hoard of stuff today, I've got front suspension shock absorbers, I've got springs, I've got top mounts, I've got a inner splash guard, and I've got a wiper motor. So I've got 5 jobs to do this evening, and I'm hoping to get them all done, boxed off, so I can go and enjoy some time with my family at the weekend. I'm going to tidy up a little bit before I can get the car in, because it's a mess. I did have the Insignia in here, hanging out the front slightly, but I'm hoping to be able to get the Clio in here with the door shut, so I can crack on. And then if it does take more than this evening, I can come back in tomorrow morning, so I can have the garage shut down and locked up. So first job, tidy this up. Right, okay, so space is clear. Tools are back away. I'm not quite sure how much of the time lapse I got. Unfortunately, I had a telephone call about my grandmother who's not very well, so I got even more reason to get this done quickly now, so I can hopefully go and see her. So I'm going to set this up as a time lapse. I was going to talk through about all the bits and pieces I'm doing. I haven't got time, and I want to get some content together so help you guys watch and such like. But yeah, this is going to be important, so let's get the car in and let's get stuff sorted. So this is the Renault Clio. It's a 2010 Mark III facelift, and the first fault is suspension top mounts. So I've got suspension top mounts, I've got suspension springs, and I have replacement dampers because I put my hand in there at the weekend as I was cleaning the car, and I'm not convinced there's much left of this suspension stuff. So I'm going to get the wheels off, it'll get the car in the air, get the wheels off. There's 2 bolts holding the bottom of the damper onto the hub. There's 3 bolts holding the top up. I've got to take the scuttle panel apart, so wiper arm's got to come off, scuttle panel's got to come off. 3 bolts at the top. The suspension unit will drop out. I'll compress the spring, take the top cup off. There's some rubber boots I've got to take off the dampers. They're going to be reused on the new springs, the new dampers, and the top mounts. I'm going to use these. I have a hydraulic press. It hasn't got any hydraulic fluid, so I can't use that. Yeah. And if you notice this, I bought this as a little treat to myself. This is a night body torch. You can got some little features, so I can go through different light settings with even a little spotlight. One cool thing about it is I can press this button here, and when I'm doing something, I can wave to turn the torch on and off. Simple things in life. I'm going to need a drop link because they normally have a spanner cut out on the back, which this one didn't, so I've printed it with mole grips. The mole grips are span but at the boots, which is annoying. So I couldn't get the top one off, so I got the bottom one off fine. And I've taken this bracket off. There's a 10mm bolt on there, and then the 2 pinch bolts, as I mentioned earlier. So that effectively is loose, you can see. Now I've just taken it to the top. Now this is one of the common faults with a Renault Clio, and I've quite a lot of Renaults actually. So the top mount is a bearing that obviously swivels, so as the wheel turns. in here are bearing swivels. Now you have a cover over it, which the cover's like this, but it doesn't stop water getting in, so it's not ideal. So what it means is that, as you can see inside here, it fills with water and the bearing fails. So I'll take these 3 nuts off, and then the damper will drop. With the damper out, I can compress the spring, I can undo that top bolt or the top nut, and then the top cup will come off, the top bearing, then the spring can all be disassembled. So yeah, that's where we're up to. Like many things with me, I've been done over. So I've ordered what was supposed to be the correct top mounts for this car, and it turns out that they are not. So I think it's been for the earlier type, which means everything I've ordered is almost wrong. So the shock absorbers are okay. The spring that took off, just cleaned them up actually, they're okay, so I'm going to reuse them. Top mounts are no good, but what I can show you is why they were so noisy compared to the replacements, which should have been okay. Thankfully we've got some local car parts suppliers, which I'm hoping to give them a call in the morning to see if they can get fixed. We've got a LBW, but Euro car park in Abigail, and we're also in Chester, which I can't get across from Abigail. And then in Chester as well, there's a but there's another parts supplier, pretty good. So I should be able to get the correct top mounts, and yeah, I'll show you the differences. I'll show you the old bearing, and I'll come up tomorrow, hopefully with the right parts. So this is the top mount itself. So this sits on top of the suspension, and as you turn this, obviously the triangle stays in place and the bearing underneath is supposed to pivot. Now if I can do this one-handed, I'll take the top mounting plate off. Come on. So you can see the actual bearing housing has almost collapsed. Let's see if I can. Well, that's just fallen apart. So you can see that the water's washed all of the grease out. Hardly any balls left in there, and yeah, that is absolutely ghost. So this is the new one, which was supposed to have fitted, but doesn't, and you can see the difference in how free it is to move, and how quiet it is in comparison. But obviously that is very different to that in dimensions and sizes and everything. So I'm annoyed, but the springs are different as well. So as I say, I've cleaned up the old spring. It's a KYB spring, so it's much better than probably what I bought. The damper will be okay, although there appears to be not a lot wrong with my existing damper. I'm going to change them anyway because they're pretty battered. So I need a pair of drop links and a pair of top mounts to match these. Hopefully I can get that sorted tomorrow. Right, I've got some good news. It's Sunday. I've just had delivery from Royal Mail, so absolutely fantastic working on a Sunday. I have the replacement top mount, so I'm going to get these correct ones fitted. So I've got the top plate, and I've also got the bearing as well. I'm going to get these fitted up. Now what I have done in the waiting, I have actually fixed my hydraulic press. So I'm going to get the new dampers in, and get the new sort of the springs on, and get the cups on and everything, get this one done, gun the top bolt up, and then I'll get this fitted back to the car. Hopefully this will be done pretty quickly really. What I'm then going to do is move the car from this angle across, jack the other side up, and do the other side job. Let's get it done. So I had to get a little bit creative by mounting it upside down because it wouldn't rest on here because the angle of this is not parallel. So I've mounted the top mount onto the bottom cup, put the spring in, I've just fed the nuts on. So let's just let the pressure out. And what I'll do is I'm just going to gun that up a little bit. I've wound it in by hand as far as I would go until the lock nut meets. Okay, so should now, when I come to release all the pressure, completely mounted. Look at that. So, springs fitted. What I'm going to do is just gun this up now when it's connected. When it's fitted to the car, another go. So the spring is located at the bottom, the top cap is done. Let's go put this back in the car and move on to the other side. Okay, so while I was waiting for parts, I had a little bit of a tidy up. Obviously I've done the video on the replacement motor. I've cleaned all this area here up, and I've also replaced the inner arch liner because quite frankly the old one was battered. So the old one's over here. It had this piece here missing, that piece there missing, which is broken and cracked and bruised. It is an aftermarket part, it doesn't fit all that great. There's a bit of a gap down the side, but it's going to be significantly better than what was there before. And I've also re-secured the bottom section of the front wing. So let's put the damper up. As I say, I've just got to probably align the holes with the bolt holes, and you can see where the old washers were. Once they're done up, then I can twist the damper into the position I want it to be. Right, so you can see my top mount bolt is completely centralised. 3 bolts are in place. They're matched up with the previous washer holes. Now under here, I've got a bracket to go back on for the ABS sensor and your brake hose as well. And then I've got the 2 bolts to go through this arm. So I'll straighten this out. With the new top bearing, it's really easy to do. Let's not put too much stress on this bracket. I will need to use 2 hands for this in a second, but you can see what I'm trying to do is just align that bracket up with the hole at the back, and then just set it up like so. The holes in the side will align, just to lift that up slightly, and bolt that through. 2 bolts are now tight. The bracket at the top is also tight, and that's pretty much it. So you can see everything is in place at the top. Anything I need to do up here, I can do it probably once again when everything's in place, but the dampers are going to move anywhere now, so I can just nice and tight. I'll tighten these 30 mils down, and then this one is done. Now the other thing I'm waiting on is these drop links. So I can refit them, but they will need to be taken off again in a couple of days when the new ones arrive. So I'm not sure what to do there. I probably will fit that just to make sure it's it's all joined together. The anti-roll bar's not wrapping around. Passenger side's now complete. I haven't fitted the anti-roll bar or the drop links because the thread on them is so worn and knackered from trying to get them off. I'm not going to risk putting them on and then struggling to get them back off again. So I have new ones on order. I mean, I didn't think I'd be at this point today because of the top mounts being delivered on a Sunday, which is, again, amazing. But it means I can drive the car as it is. I might just get a bit more body roll on the front. And I might hear the anti-roll bar knocking as well. I'll tie the anti-roll bar up so it doesn't droop down and hit the ground, whatever. Shouldn't do because of the position it is, but you know, just to be safe and sorry. So I'm going to move the car across. I'm going to do the other side. Hopefully going to set you up so you can see a bit more of this side. Now before I move the car, there's one thing I just want to check before we move on. Is on the passenger side. That's the side that was knocking like mad. Now I've changed the damper, I've cleaned the spring is in really good order. I've changed the top mount and the drop plate is going to be done afterwards. So let's try and it's a single knock. My drive to work tomorrow, apart from the anti-roll bar, is going to be absolutely bloody lovely. Easy as that. Right, so unfortunately if I'd have had the parts on Friday night, I probably would have been able to get down to see my nan this weekend, but I can't because obviously parts aren't arrived. So anyway, the car's now, other than the drop links, it's safe to use on the road. I'm just going to build up the top end, so we'll give this all a wipe down, and you can see top mounts fail so often, so water comes off the windscreen down into this area. Now I've got this bracket with some sponge around it, but all the water goes in and absorbs straight into here, but there's no drain holes in these. So they get wet, the bearings dry out, and the grease washes out, and they dry out, and they go all gritty. So unfortunately, had I have fitted those ones, there are some plastic cups you can put on top of them. These, not so much, so I'm going to see if I can get the grommet or something to go on the top, just as a precaution, because I'm fed up of doing these. I think since I've owned the car, we've had it 10 years, I think this may be the 5th set of top mounts I think I've put on this vehicle. And you know, I spoke to the Renault dealership and there is nothing that goes on there that they do. So I'll find something suitable. So anyway, other than that, the front is done, the suspension is done, the wipers are done. I'll get underneath in a minute to do that, re-secure that exhaust tunnel. But I'm really happy with the progress, and I'm hoping the car's going to be a much more enjoyable thing to drive going forward. So let's just reassemble this scuttle panel to make sure all these bolts are put on. I'll clear up the map on the side, and then we can give it a test drive. I bought the top mounts off on the internet, or off the line, is because I got a pair for £45 icers off before I tested the motor this morning. But yeah, all is good, and the sun is shining. It's the beginning of April, and it's looking to be hopefully a good month. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this content, as always, please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, and yeah, give the video a share, comment down below, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. And I'm going to try and get myself a more sturdy phone mount for the car, because it seems ridiculous. Okay, take it easy, see you later, all the best.